A very warm good evening to all of you. Welcome to the 172nd session of Centaur's webinar series for teachers. I hope all of you are keeping safe and staying healthy. The topic for today's webinar is implementing sustainable development goals in the classroom. And the facilitator for this session is Miss Shubhangi Arya. Good evening, ma'am. A very warm welcome to you for today's session. Before I hand over the session to Shubhangi, ma'am, a brief introduction about our facilitator today. Miss Shubhangi Arya is a German language teacher with experience in teacher training, skill education, and curriculum development. She is keen in saving the environment and believes that education plays an important role in this. She has created a training curriculum as per the guidelines of UNESCO, and being a part of UNESCO APCEIU mentorship program, she has created SDG curriculum for teachers and students. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Before I hand over the session to the facilitator, Ms. Shubhangi Arya, I would like to inform all the teachers that they will receive participation certificates for the session. So please do fill out the feedback form that will be shared with you towards the end of the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sasha. Thank you so much, everyone, dear participants, for joining this webinar. So, as you can see, our today's topic is learn about sustainable living and SDG goals. So, my main purpose to conduct this webinar is, as you can read, let's come back to nature. So before starting the webinar, I would like to know from you all people, what do you understand about sustainable living? So that will be very helpful for me. If you could write down your points or your thoughts on the YouTube chat box, so Miss Harsha can read it and let me know about it. Miss Harsha, can you please help me with that?
Yes, ma'am, sure. We'll give a minute's time, ma'am, for the teachers to respond to your question. If you can repeat the question once again, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Dear participants, can you please write down about sustainable living? What do you think about it? What do you understand by the word sustainable living?
Richa ma'am is telling pollution-free environment, good environment, standardized living,
Okay.
use wisely and preserve for nature, for future, to keep
Hmm.
natural resources for
Hmm.
upcoming generation also, eco-friendly, development of society
Yes.
without harming nature,
Yes.
utilize the treasures from our
Yes.
planet smartly and unharmed to our planet, to use
Hmm.
resource carefully, keeping for future generations, living where we can
Yes.
earn and spend wisely, having humanity, mindful uses of natural resources, then enjoying resources right now, but ensuring that such will remain and be made available for our future generations also, using the available
Hmm.
eco-friendly resources to the best extent, harmony in nature, humanity, well maintained and healthy living, with growth without negative externality, develop the country without harming nature, reduce reuse. Many more are coming, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you so much. I really liked your thought and what you understand about it. And I am very happy after knowing such a nice comment, such a all people are on the right track. You all understand about sustainable living. So I hope by this webinar, we also practice sustainable living, right? Because I can, after hearing your all comments, I can understand you have a very good understanding. But we have another point also, that we have to practice sustainable living as well. So I hope this webinar will help you with that. So let's start with our webinar. Okay. So here in our next slide, we are going to cover, for our first topic is sustainable living. So we are going to cover what is sustainable living, history of sustainable living, how can we start sustainable living, and how can we train children to start sustainable practices. The major concept is, see, whatever we know, we talk about we should save our environment, we should do that, we should do that. We read so many articles, we talk about it, even we discuss at our home and with our children also, in our classrooms also. But the major part, the most important part is, are we practicing it? This is this is what we all need to do it. So let's come to our first question: what is sustainable living? So, sustainable living is about using natural products with zero wastage or zero wastage living. So, how can we utilize, how can we do that without wasting? How can we do it, how can we use without zero wasting thing? Zero wastage, we can, implement. Our first practices could be with zero wastage lifestyle, vegan and vegetarian lifestyle. I do understand. I'm pure vegetarian. I do understand it's not very easy to become vegan, but yes, somehow, slowly we can turn into this, because when we are trying to save nature, animals are also included into that. So personally, I do practice vegetarian, pure vegetarian, eating lifestyle, self-sufficient lifestyle. Self-sufficient means that we should always, when we are buying, when we are, consuming the things, when we are purchasing things, we should always know that, do we really need it? What is going to happen if we are going to throw it, especially with the plastic utilities like plastic bottles, everything, cosmetics, jars and containers, many things are coming in plastic. When we are throwing those plastic, what is going to happen? We just throw it into the garbage and it goes, then when it, from your whole city, from your whole area, everyone are throwing the plastic bottles and garbage and, wastage. What exactly happened to it? We hardly think about it. So whenever we are using, consuming, and we are throwing, we should always consider how much we are doing. So that we also need to take care on conscious consumption. Again, I said, self-sufficient lifestyle or conscious consumption are almost same. That we should be, consciously consume the things, and we should also always take care how we are, purchasing, and how we are, giving it back to the nature. Like, I can give you one example that, whenever I buy a small shampoo bottle, or maybe a lotion bottle, I never buy it again. I try to use it for 1 year. I use the same bottle for 1 year and I try to refill it. So this is how, I try to manage and I try to do it. With the small practices, I try to reduce plastic waste. Plastic waste is the most toxic, which comes out from our houses, I can say. Now, so let's look back. What I would like to know again, what do you understand now about sustainable living? And if I ask you, how would you like to start? Okay, let's talk about how would you like to start now. If you would like to start from first thing, what could be? So that would be very great, that if you could write down your points, and Miss Harsha can read it for me. Miss Harsha, can you please
Sure,
read it
ma'am.
for me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. We'll give a minute's time to for the teachers to type in the answer, ma'am.
Yes.
Adopting 3 R's, reuse things, use cloth bars for shopping groceries, bags for shopping
Hmm.
groceries, then reducing and reusing as much as possible, like you shared, ma'am. Then reduce plastic usages, using less of paper and plastic for decoration purposes, save water, non renewable resources. Then
Yeah.
3R policy, few teachers are telling, reduce the use of plastic, conscious consumption, then jute bags, reuse newspaper or paper, save water, reduce use of plastic, reuse glass bottles to save money on your food bill. Then waste material management, no to plastic, use of reusable products. We should follow reduce, reuse, recycle, use cotton and jute bags, separate the garbages, save water, save energy, use paper products. Many more are coming, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, teachers and participants, for for giving such a nice comments. And I really hope that we all, whoever have joined this webinar, you are going to share, and you are also going to start practicing, because sustainable living, and when it comes on our saving the earth, saving our mother nature, it's all start from the practices, and it's the practice starts from us, from me. If I am practicing, I can also encourage others to practice the same. So it starts from us, from me now. So thank you so much for your comments, everyone. Okay, so our next question is history of sustainable living in India. As we all know that India is a diverse country. We have such a historical and ancient times, that people are living in such a nature-based and sustainable kind of living. I believe that we should all start moving towards, and I'm very happy that more eco-friendly, more eco things are coming, more nature-based things are coming. So we should start understanding our ancient times. We should start exploring it, that how our ancestors, how our ancient people are using it, how they are so much good at preserving the environment. There are certain points, the rivers, mountains, lakes, animals, flora, fauna, they respect everything. This is the number one point. Everything which belongs to nature, they respect it, and they just see it, they take it as a as a blessing of God, or as all manifested as a part of God. So we should start coming back, that each everything is a part of God or part of the nature. We should start loving it. We should be start coming back to the nature from our ancestors. We should learn from them. So again, next could be, if we have to, again, as I said, respect of nature and ecology, right? So start exploring about it, start talking about it, start discussing about it. That is going to help. you know if I give you, I understand many of us live in the cities, big cities, and it's so hard to to be to take care of the nature and all. But I can suggest you, small practices we can do. We can see our surrounding. Why we can, we can put some water for the birds. We can take care of the birds. We can give, food to the stray dogs, stray animals. This is how we are also helping the nature, because as a human, feeding other beings is also our duty. It's also my duty. So these are the small things which we can start, starting. These could be a starting point. Or some of my students, my own students, I never did it. Maybe in future I would like to do it. But some of my students, they also do. Whenever they have their birthdays, they put one plant. They just on every birthday they just sow one seed or one plant. So this is how they are, helping to the nearby garden, nearby park, or maybe some of them they do it in the school also, school garden also. Or maybe you can have your own personal small garden at home. So these are our small baby step, I can say, which you know we can be a part of this sustainable agenda, or maybe sustainable actions. Okay, so our next is, how can we start sustainable living again? Effective land use and wildlife protection. Again, I said, I understand we all live in big cities, or that where wildlife sanctuaries and helping wildlife is not very easy for us. But as if we should start cultivating love for our environment. animals, love for them more than us, like we all take care of the human, we all take care of our family. Why not we should also start thinking about the stray animals? They also need us. Yeah. Sustainable water usage, supporting local and organic food. I always prefer local, made in India, or maybe our own local products. It is when we are purchasing more local products, we are helping the people, you know and organic foods, we should always encourage organic foods. The use of sustainable material, the use of sustainable transport, zero waste and zero carbon, creating own healthy environment. This is also very important, creating your own healthy environment. So I would like to know, teachers, which one, I have given you these points, which one would you like to start first in any one of them? So you can just write it, or maybe if you have your own ideas, so you can also share with us, so we can also learn. You know, new ideas are always welcome. So Miss Harsha, can you please read it? What the teachers are
Sure,
writing?
ma'am. Sure. Sure, ma'am.
Miss Harsha?
Uh, yes, ma'am. Zero waste,
Yes.
zero food waste. We need to wait for a minute or so, ma'am, for the teachers to come. Yeah. Feeding stray animals, then zero carbon, uh, zero waste and zero carbon, zero waste food, then water usage, zero waste, sustainable water usage, use things which have more energy and low pollution, recycling waste material,
Yes.
avoid food waste. Then one of the teacher is telling, Miss Geeta is telling, we are collecting the RO wastewater and reusing it for cleaning purpose.
Very good. Very good.
Feed
Very
bird,
good
yeah,
idea.
feed
Thank you.
birds and
Thank you for
animals.
doing this. Yes.
Planting trees on occasions. Then Usha ma'am is telling, reuse the plastic covers that various groceries come packed into store the vegetables. Then biogas production, go for solar panels, feeding stray
Yes, solar
dogs,
panels. Yes.
conscious effort to reduce, yeah, usage of vehicles, using as less fuel as possible. Then vertical gardening in the school, make manure from kitchen waste. Then Nalini ma'am is telling, we in our school use the AC water for planting the trees.
Yes. 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 Very good, Nalini ma'am. AC water is, it always get wasted. So we should
Uh,
really, that's a amazing effort. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nalini ma'am. Okay, Miss Harsha, can I continue?
yeah. Yes, ma'am. You can, ma'am. Because there are pouring and
Okay.
there are lots and
So
lots
let's
of
start.
answers, replies coming from the teachers.
Okay, thank you so much everyone for
Sure,
showing
sure.
so much enthusiasm towards, yes, for this. Thank you. Let's continue with the topic. Okay. So our next is, how can we train our children? For again practice. We need to start doing it. We need to take the actions now. And we, because children are our future generation, the future, our nature, our world isn't in their hand. Whatever we are feeding them, whatever we are teaching them, they are going to do it in their whole life. So children, it could be in your school, it could be at your home. Please start discussing with them, start talking with them, and and encourage them by your own actions, to practicing sustainable living. So there are some ideas. Read storybooks about climate change. You know, lead by example. As I said, it starts from me. If I want that people should start practicing sustainable things, I should do that. Because whenever I give any example to my students, I always give my example. I do this, so they understand, okay, my teacher is doing like this, or my mother is doing, my father is doing like this, so I should also do it. Children always they always want to be, they always learn it from us. So lead by example. Discuss and practice recycle at home. Yes, as Nalini ma'am and other teachers have said, using AC water, using manure or decompose and all these things, they are going to help. Just be, participate with them. Just talk and just do these small activities with them, so they will also learn. Volunteer with your kids. Yes, you can volunteer anywhere. It is not always about cleaning the rivers and all. No, you can go to any orphanage. Teach your children about taking care of others also. You can go to any animal shelter, you can go to old age home, you can go to orphanage with your children. Just go with them and teach them to how to be a responsible person, how to be a caring person, how to be empathic person. These skills are very, very important. In our ancient time, our ancestors, which the learnings which are coming, which we are slowly forgotten. Our ancestors are like that. They always take care of for everyone. If many of you must have heard, whenever we are making roti, first roti will go for the cow, second roti will go for the dog. So this is their small efforts to take care of the environment, to show care, to show respect to each one of beings in our planet, in our surrounding. Then visits local farms. There are many local farms, or maybe not. You can just contact them and just let your children know, or maybe you can go for the volunteer basis or something. So these are some points which we can start discussing, we can start practicing. And parents should always children, schools, whatever their good work they are doing for this, parents contribution is very, very important. It should be community based thing. So this is how we can start with our children. Now let's come to our next slide. Okay. Now again, why sustainable living is important. Okay, if I ask you, what do you think about it? So you can write down your points about why do you think it is important, and why it is important to start with the children. Or I would like to know, maybe many of you have already discussed about with your children, or maybe at your school. You are doing some good activities or practices for that. So please do share with me. That will be very helpful for with all of us to get new ideas, to hear from you all. So, Miss Harsha, can you please read it? What the
Yes, yes,
participants
ma'am.
are writing?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. We'll give a minute's time, ma'am, for them to type
Yes.
in the answers. To give back to the community, one of the teachers is telling, to make the world a better place to live in future. Children are our future. Sustainability is a must for
Yes.
coexistence. To save present nature, future present nature for future. Then for better next generation, uh, to protect our environment, to conserve both nature and our existence, to conserve forest, to save resources for
Yes.
upcoming generations, to balance living of all the beings. It will teach them to be effective, efficient, lead by example. Then another teacher is telling it's important for our survival. We should be extinct like dinosaurs. Better evolution by the young generation. That is one of the examples given by one of the teachers, ma'am. Usha ma'am is telling it will be
Okay.
lifelong learning for children. Shanini ma'am is telling to maintain the balance in the ecosystem. Geeta ma'am is telling to avoid over exploitation of our resource. Another teacher is telling to save their future so that they can also enjoy the things in the way we had enjoyed in our childhood, because there is no planet B. One of the teachers says. Then give waste food to street animals. Conservation of energy is most important thing that every children or every child should be given awareness to save our limited resources. We are practicing waste segregation and using the waste as compositing. Then to prepare for our better future, to create awareness, save nature and preserve it for future, conservation of natural resources, minimizing the use of non-biodegradable waste. Many more are coming, ma'am. You can continue the presentation. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Miss Harsha, and thank you so much, participate, for showing so much enthusiasm towards it. Thank you. So let's continue with the topic. Okay, now our second point: SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals. As you, most of you must have heard about it, and that there are 17 goals, and they every each goal has a different color, different purpose, and they all are interlinked. As I said previously, that children should learn to take care of each other. They should be gone to animal shelter. We should go with them to orphanage, old age home, or any volunteer based thing, or community outreach programs. So this is all, we are also learning in the sustainable goals. So we will also talk about it. I would also want to discuss that before starting with sustainable development, why I talk about Indian sustainable living or our Asian sustainable living, because sustainable living, I can say this SDG goals are new era sustainable kind of. It's a modern kind of that. Yes, there are the goals and we have to follow it. We have to do it. This is how we are going to do. This is we have to do. But the children, and we all should know our side also, our Indian methodology also about sustainable things, and our new era also. We should both the sides. We should balance both the sides. We should also know about own culture, and we should also know what is the modern world is happening. As a good citizen, as a good global citizen, we should learn how to balance it. So this is our second topic about sustainable goals. So I also call it as a new era. What are sustainable goals? So as I said, there are 70 goals and different colors. It has different colors, and each one of the point has a different purpose of that. So we will also continue with that. So what are sustainable goals? How it started actually? As I have written here, it's also 21st century sustainable living style. This is also like the 21st century, as I said, modern world kind of living. Then how this sustainable living has come? It has started. Everything has been started in the 2015, and the United Nations and General Assembly, they have decided that we should start thinking about our earth, because slowly things are really becoming in danger. This planet is becoming in more in a toxic place. So how we are going to save it? So it has been, these 17 goals has been made, and they have given a target of 2030, and they have said, let's start take the action. We should start telling our society, our people, we have to start working on it. So as you can see, there are 17 goals. Number 1 is no poverty, second is zero hunger, third is good health and well-being, fourth is quality education, fifth gender equality, sixth clean water and sanitation, seventh affordable clean energy, eighth decent work and economic growth, ninth industry innovation and infrastructure, 10th reduce inequality, 11th, sustainable cities and communities. 12th, responsible consumption and production. 13th, climate action. 14th, life below water. 15th, life on land. 16th, peace, justice, and strong institution. 17th, partnership for the goals. So these are all 17 goals. You can know about it. If you want to read about it, you can go to UNESCO sites, you can go to United Nations sites, you can read about it. What are the targets? It contains targets, what has to be done, whatever I'm just telling you from the beginning, being a part of community programs, sending children, what actions we need to take. This is all it's taking, this is all, it's under interlinked with these goals. So now let's come to our next. How to introduce SDG in the classroom. This is the major thing. As I said, if you want to know more about it, you can go to the website and you can search more about it in details. What are these goals? What are the targets? How can we do it? So you can go and search in that place. But I can introduce how can just discuss with the children. How can we start in the classroom? First point could be introducing with SDG pictures. As if you can see, each goal has a different color, different picture. It's very important that the children should know that if I'm talking about no poverty, children should know that it's a SDG 1 with pink color. And we need to this, we need to share with the children like SDG 1 no poverty, SDG 2 zero hunger, SDG 3 good health and well-being, and uh, SDG 4 is quality education and it is a red color. How can we make them aware about the colors and the numbers and the goal, the particular goal? We need to show them the pictures. The more if you how would you like to introduce it? Maybe you would like to show it in the video, maybe you would like to give the pictures. You would like to discuss one goal in the session, talk one goal in day, in a day, maybe. It's up to you. How would you like to introduce each goal, all 17 goals in your classroom? Introduce each goals with the meaning and aim. Again, I said, meaning and aim. If it is SDG 4, quality education, what is the purpose? Why quality education? Why is it important? You know, and if it is clean water and sanitation, or SDG 11, climate action, why? Why climate action? Why we should do it? Should start discussing about with the students. So show them videos over the topic. This we also can do. We can show the videos. There are plenty of the resources are available on YouTube or on Google or the UNESCO and UN United Nations websites. Classroom discussion, be an example of sustainable act to encourage the students and parents participation for community and family bonding activities. This is, I said, school teachers, students are, whatever they are doing the great work, it's always remarkable. But parents' contribution is also should be a main part into this. Community outreach programs and encourage students to create awareness posters. You can also do like that. If they can, maybe in any of the 17 goals, you can send them. You can just tell them, choose any one of the goal and research about it, come back to the class and discuss. Let's please make aware everyone which one you chose and why you chose and what you have learned about it. And if you would like to work about it, if you want to work on climate action, you want to work on life on land, how would you like to do it? What targets you would like to achieve? How would you like to help the land? How would you like to help the water, the climate, or maybe the education system? So these are the brainstorming things you can just telling your children to start exploring, to start working on it, and help students to write blogs and articles for public and social media awareness. So these are the things which you can do it in the prospect also, and also the outside, blog, writing the blogs, writing the post, making the posters, creating the general awareness among the people. These are the things, these are the small initiatives which can give a big impact. in our society. Yeah. Okay. So, participants, I would also like to know that how what you understood about SDG goals, and if you would like to introduce SDG goals in your classroom, how would you like to do it? So, first, please do let me know about your understanding toward SDG goals, and second, how would you like to introduce? So, I would really like you to please write down so I should know how much you have understood. Miss Harsha, can you please read it for me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sure, ma'am. Let us give a minute time, 1 or 2 minutes time for the teachers to respond, type in the responses on the comment box. Krishnan sir is telling, say students write their own thoughts about conserve water. Then Gaurav sir is telling case study to be done with the children.
Yes, yes.
We need to wait for. If you can repeat the question once again, ma'am.
Okay. Teachers, you can just write on about your understanding towards sustainable living, what you understand about these goals, and after seeing the picture, or how would you like to introduce with your students?
Ma'am, Namrata ma'am is telling discuss about sustainability, SDG, and create awareness among the students. Then Munawara Sheikh sir is telling quality education so that it grows into further development.
Yes,
While teaching the chapter bird, uh, yeah, while teaching chapter bird, we can ask kids to make bird feeders.
yes,
Then community awareness programs as SUPW projects conduct
mm,
competitions related to sustainable living. Then
yes,
first we should teach them about SDGs, give them a clear picture, then at least apply one of the SDGs in their daily life. Ruhi ma'am is telling. Then
yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah,
Then Jalpa ma'am is telling teaching the value natural resources. Then Rekha ma'am is telling we can conduct so many activities. Shrishti ma'am says practical approach with theory. Pooja ma'am says
yes. Very
organize
good.
awareness campaigns for children by the children.
Yes,
Zero
wonderful.
hunger,
Amazing. Very
yeah,
nice.
zero hunger. Do not waste food. Then Yeah, Sheetal ma'am is telling, as you say, there should be discussion sessions or any debate or elocution competition to create awareness about SDG.
Yes.
Then learning by doing, can
Mm,
conduct talk shows, start from dance
yes.
class or SDG. Can it? I mean, one of the teachers is telling it can be done even through dance also. Then select one topic and
Yes,
conduct.
exactly. Yes, we can do, environment dance, we can do Mother Nature dance. Yes, everything is possible, you can just, it's how you can implement. Very nice, very nice.
Then Ahila ma'am is telling conducting competition to make slogans and posters with help of SDGs. Long-term plans for to achieve cost-effective and eco-friendly initiatives. Hang a bird house outside.
Yes, yes.
And Vishakha ma'am is telling I have introduced SDG 2 and 15 to my class 3
Mm-hmm.
students through PBL activity.
Yes, yes. Nice, very good, very good. Yes, even for the younger children, you can use zero hunger. You can go to SDG 2, zero hunger. You can go on SDG 6, clean water and sanitation. You can go to SDG 1, no poverty, life on land. You can do it in various way. Even with your subjects also, we can, in the coming topic, we are also coming, how can we align with our particular specific subject. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Harsha, and participants for for showing the enthusiasm and giving me answers. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are going to continue with that topic. Okay, so actions to take for saving the world. Again, as we are talking, from the starting, how can we, the actions, the practices needs to be done, and the major part of SDG is to start taking action now. It should be start from today. Then only we can attain these all 17 goals by the 2030. Actually, the UN, United Nations, and UNESCO, and all these organization has given this challenge to each one of us to attain all the 17 goals in each one of the country by 2030. So we have to start taking the actions. Okay, so how can we do? So some points are there: save electricity, stop paper bank statements and pay bills via online or maybe mobile banking, turn off the lights, report online bullies. Very important point. Report online bullies. As you know that we all are also in the digitalization. Yeah, and so many things are happening in our digital world. So if we are encountering someone who has been bullied or someone is bullying, should start taking action on it also, because this is also one of a very important point among the SDG goals. Again, respect is very, very important. And bullying in the classroom, at home, or maybe in digital world, it we need to understand respecting each other is very, very important, and it is also an important part of SDG goals also. you know so these are some actions, these are some points which we can add on in our day-to-day life. Okay, so our next topic is, as I said, as a professionals, as family people, we all are so much busy in our day-to-day life. I understand that it's not always very easy for each one of us to go out and do some outreach programs, to include yourself in some other things. But we can do, we can, as I said, the small steps, we can also take some small steps, and we can also contribute into this. Like, for things you can do at home: air dry. If you're cleaning your washing machines or washing your clothes, air dry, let them into air dry. Take short showers to prevent the water, wastage of water. Recycle paper, plastic, glass, and aluminium. Whatever you can recycle. Recycling is very, very important. Even in the Western countries, if I talk about Germany, there is, if you are buying a plastic bottle, it is, everything is recyclable, and the system has been made in this way that they used to recycle each and everything. They have the places where people can go and submit the things, plastic bottles and glasses and so many other things. So it has been recycled, and it has been again come to reuse. And I can say, if you would like to take the examples of the countries, how the other countries are following, and how they are including their sustainable living in their own personal and day-to-day life, then I can say that Germany is one of a very good option to learn from them. Things you can do outside your house: bring your own bag when you shop, donate what you don't use, vaccine yourself and your kids. Vaccination, health, good health. SDG 3, good health. So I always recommend, that we always donate our food, we donate money, we donate clothes, books, so many things we donate. Can we also donate vaccinations? I mean, it could sound little funny, some of you. I would like to know, maybe you are agree with this or not. Maybe the maids and the poor people are surrounding you, maybe in your school, the maids, those who cannot afford expensive vaccinations, and their children, or maybe they require it. Why can't we also donate the vaccination? It is also purpose for the good health, and health is the one of the most important thing, you know. So I would like to know, how, what do you think about donating the vaccinations to the people, those who are in need? What do you think about it? Then next is things you can do at work. Mentor young people, bike walk or take public transport to work. Try reduce waste, since most waste end up in the oceans. Yes, I would like to discuss with you. If you would like, if you someone asked me that why you have come into this topic, why you thought about it, why you thought, okay, let's talk about it, let's do a small webinar. It has been my this journey, has been started in 2019, when some pictures from United Nations has been come up, and in Animal Planet magazine or somewhere in any social media, that how the ocean world is in danger. And I have seen the pictures which really made me upset. And I have been upset for 2 to 3 days because of seeing the water creatures are in trouble because of the plastic bags. They are not able to breathe. I mean, every day we are throwing the so much garbage in the ocean, and we are making them in danger. We are taking their lives because of that. So it has been started with that. So then I thought of that, I should do something for this. I cannot let it happen like this. I cannot. Maybe because of my action, someone else is getting in danger. Am I doing that? Am I harming someone? So I started thinking about my action, and that social network I have just seen in some social thing, that something in those pictures have really made me thoughtful, that how are we doing. We should be responsible for our own actions. So this is all I would like to share with you all now. And yes, I would like to know from each one of you that what do you think, which one would you like to do, try, or what do you think about donating vaccination? And so please do write down your comments, and Miss Harsha can help me to know what
Yeah, yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
participants are writing.
Ma'am, if you could repeat the question again, ma'am, it would be helpful for the audience to write down their
Okay.
comments on the
Yes.
comment box.
Yes, I would like to know which one would you like to try or you want to practice, or what do you think about donating the vaccination? Maybe and some of you have also did it, or maybe you would like to think about it.
Yes, ma'am. One of the teachers says during the COVID period or COVID years, they do have donated the vaccination to the one of the communities of children, ma'am. One of the communities of this thing, needy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that.
Uh, it is a good thought. Anyhow, it is beneficial to us also. That is one of the teachers is telling, ma'am.
Hmm.
Reduced. One of the teachers says they have reduced the usage of plastic.
Hmm. Yes.
And charity begins at home. Donating vaccine is definitely a noble cause. Pushpa ma'am is telling thanks for the idea given by you, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am.
Then Sunanda ma'am, yeah, Sunanda ma'am is telling I won't use the term donating, rather contributing my part by providing something needed to someone in need.
Hmm.
Then
Good thought, ma'am.
another ma'am is telling, yeah, created awareness, educated the benefits of being vaccinated, managing e-waste. We
Hmm.
have donated vaccine to our house help and her family too during the COVID season.
Yes.
They are saying it is very beneficial by donating the vaccination to the other community of people, ma'am.
Yes.
Reuse, reduce, recycle. That's what another teacher says. Then Shashi ma'am or sir says compassion and love is something we need to really focus on. And as donating vaccination is really very good way of denoting this contribution towards society through medicines, then donating vaccinations, food, provide oxygen cylinder to the needy people during the COVID season.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. The this thing are pouring in, ma'am. You can continue the session, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much for the enthusiasm. Okay, let's continue. And now we are coming to a very important point that, as you know, as a teacher, we all know that we have so much work. We are so much overburdened with the syllabus, with the compulsion, completing the course and test, exams. I understand. As a teacher, I understand the situation of each one of you. And in that case, implementing SDG and doing some sustainable living practices are kind of a very little bit difficult sometimes, managing everything in just school hours. So there are, how can we implement my next topic, which is very important for each one of us as an educator, that how can we implement SDG goals in our curriculum, or maybe in with our own subjects. So here are some examples which I thought of. Maybe it could helpful for each one of us to implement, or maybe we can add on some points in our lesson plans. You know, if you ask me, then the teachers, those who are in languages, maybe Hindi, English, Sanskrit, or any regional language, any state language, if you are a teacher of any of this language teacher, you can implement all the goals. You can talk about each one, as you can just discuss in the class. You can give them blogs, you can give them paragraphs, you can give them writing parts. Language is one of the very easiest way to discuss, to talk about, and to teach each and every topic. So, as I have mentioned few of the subjects, maybe some of you have better idea about it. Uh, like for SDG 4, quality education, we can take it in English or any other language. SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, we can implement with physics. I hope am I right, because I'm not a science person. I'm always be a humanities person. Teachers, you can also guide me if I'm wrong with something. So SDG 7 could be affordable and clean energy with physics, and SDG 6 could be clean water and sanitation in science. SDG 8 could be decent work and economic growth, can be included with economics. SDG 15, life on land, would be with SST or EVS. Climate action, yes, science, with science, climate action, SDG 13, climate action can also be included in this SDG 13 with science. So these are some of the examples. We can know about it. We can just add on. Maybe we can add on as a classroom activity. Maybe we can add on about a classroom discussion. If I talk about SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, if we are teaching students in physics about energy, or maybe any topic like that, so we can include that. Or maybe we are teaching our children EVS, and there is something, or maybe geography, we can take life on land. SDG 15, targets. Okay, this is what is there in the SDG 15, and we can also include it. We can include the topics, with our subjects, with our chapters. So this is how we can also do. If we are into a lack of time, we don't have much time, and we are enthusiastic towards it, we can also include in our with our chapters, or in our sessions, or in our lesson plans, or maybe some point of discussion, or any kind of extra classroom activity or outside activities, we can do that. Okay. So our next is now we are into the final webinar. This is a final takeaway. What I would like to know about uh, how would you like to implement with your subjects? Maybe you have idea. As I said, I'm a humanity person, I'm a language person. I may not know about each and every, I'm not expertise in all the subjects. Maybe teachers can help me out with this, to us, to everyone. If you would like to include SDG along with your subject, how would you like to do? So please, teachers, do let us know about your points. And Harsha, Miss Harsha, please, can you help me to
Yes,
know?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. There are pouring of the answers, ma'am. Zenith, ma'am, is telling
Hmm.
SDG 5, general gender equality, social science. Uh, then
Hmm.
Sunanda ma'am is telling we are linking SDGs with electric current and its affects grade 7 with SDG 7. Then getting to know plants with SDG 13. 15. Then 13 science.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I hope others are also writing. So we will come to our final slide. So, teachers, I would also would like to know what is your takeaways. Are you going to start sustainable practices in your classroom or in your community? Share one takeaway which you want to start. So, and please do let us know. Uh, are you really enthusiastic towards this cause? Because this is a social cause. This is the cause for each one of us, and this cause can help us to become more responsible citizen, and also the responsible global citizen. As I said, we need to learn, because we are in globalization. We need to learn the balance between good citizen and good global citizen. So please do let me know about your thoughts and points. The questions are there in the slide, and you can give me your feedbacks and your suggestions or your inputs. Yes, Miss Harsha, please, can you help me with that?
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. Ma'am, Rampa Jani ma'am is telling, we started with energy saviors force at school, where children make sure that there is no electrical appliance on while nobody is around.
Very nice. Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for your school. Thank you.
Ma'am, one more. Neera ma'am is telling, we'll create a skit in English about SDG. Then through
Yes.
Max, we can teach about saving environment. Varsha ma'am is telling.
Hmm.
Then Deepali ma'am is telling language. Write a paragraph on saving or conserving our environment. Then maintaining herbal garden in school by the students.
Yes. Yes.
Then they use this SDG in their math lab. Chitra ma'am is telling.
Hmm.
Then Soma Mitra ma'am is telling science poster making SDG 30 health and well-being. That is one of the answers given by the teacher ma'am. Then
Okay.
creating poems.
Yes. Poems. Yes. As dance, one of the teacher has also suggested dance. Yes.
Yeah. Then Jalpa ma'am is telling we'll start climate change cause and effect with subject like geography and mathematics.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
Vasundhara ma'am is telling biology, organic manure, SDG 13.
Hmm. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for helping me with the biology. Thank you.
Then special morning assembly on SDG.
Yes.
Judith sir is telling. Yeah.
Yes.
Then Nalini ma'am is telling we had annual day program by LKG students on SDG and
Wow.
zero hunger. So that was the thing.
Wonderful with LKG. So very nice. Thank you for doing this with this, with the very young children in the early age. Thank you so much.
And through projects and various activities, SDG zero waste management. Renu ma'am is telling ma'am.
Hmm. Okay.
SDG week with variety programs. Zenat ma'am is telling. Then,
Yes.
yeah, Gaurav
Yes.
sir is telling mathematics, saving electricity and reducing bills in winter and summer season by showing less consumption.
Hmm. Yes.
Then Shashi ma'am is telling, yes, definitely. I'm trying hard to incorporate and always take out time from regular lectures to create awareness and try to motivate students to understand children regarding gender.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your hard work. Thank you for doing this, work in your busy schedule.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I really got, we all got really, very nice suggestions, very nice, points from each one of us. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, participants. Thank you, Miss Harsha, for helping me. Thank you for being so patient, for telling me and teachers, if you have any question, so please share with me and we can discuss and talk about it.
Ma'am, we'll give a minute time. Though we are running out of time,
Yes.
we'll give a minute time,
Yes.
minute or two,
Yeah.
for the teachers to come up with a few questions if they have any.
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, Sunanda ma'am is asking, I request you, ma'am, I request you to suggest some useful resource online for SDG linkage with math grade 6 to 10, if possible.
As I said, that you can go to UNESCO website and you can just write down, SDG 7 UNESCO or SDG United Nations. You will get all the information. Even you can get the practices also. You will get, point by point every suggestion how you can implement, in the classroom. So you can go to the UNESCO website is one of the best, information and authentic information. You can get it from there.
Yes, ma'am. There is another question or another question from Zenat ma'am. Please suggest good activities related to gender equality, SDG.
Hmm. Yes, you can do it. I would really want to discuss. I'm sorry, I didn't mention it in my previous slides. Gender equality. First, there should be understanding about, respecting, as I said, respecting and accepting, respect and acceptance. You should, start teaching, boys and girls that we both are part of this, we both are different but we are part of each one of us, and we should respect, girls should respect boys and accept them. And I should also suggest you one thing. There are many, when the girls are growing, many, maybe, this is what I think about it. When it comes on the acceptance, there are, when the girls are growing or the boys are growing, they should also accept the changes in their bodies. I have seen, many schools in other countries that they talk about, the changes which comes when the boys and girls are growing, the girls menstruation things. They are discussing in the class, even in front of the boys. So this kind of understanding should be there. This is called the acceptance. It's okay. right? It's a very normal thing. Everything is normal. This is a part of a nature. So I believe that this kind of small acceptance and respecting activities could be there. Zenat ma'am, I hope I have made myself clear.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you for the reply. Uh, uh, yes, ma'am. I think we have exhausted the questions right now because they have answered then and there this thing, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Shubhangi Arya, ma'am, for a very engaging and informative
Thank you.
session for our community of teachers. I'm sure that our teachers have got a lot of takeaways from this session. Thank you so much, all the participants, for engaging with us today. To register for more such upcoming webinars, please visit my center. Thank you once again to all the participants.